Hi guys! Today we are going to be learning a lesson on finding the price when something is discounted. So we're going to go ahead and start with writing at the top of your ISN page, objective. Our objective is I can find discount prices that's little, there we go, using the percent equation. All right, so hopefully we are good to go with this. So Logan's here, he's helping out with this lesson because he ran into a situation where he needed a new superhero uniform. I mean, he had such a battle that it just was really thrashed and he needed a new one. So he decided to go to the supplier warehouse and it was 500 superhero dollars for a new suit. That was okay, you know, but it was a little steep. But he was super stoked to learn that the suits were actually 20% off that day. 20% off! He was stoked! So what would the price be that he would pay for that new suit? We know it's not going to be 500 because that's the original price. But we need to know what 20% of 500 is because it was 20% off. So let's start to figure that out. So let's write in our ISN, what is 20% of 500? Because remember that original price was 500 superhero dollars and he's getting 20% off, which is pretty cool. So remembering in math that the word of means to multiply. So that tips us off right away that the operation that we're going to be using today is multiplication. So I'm going to introduce to you what is called the percent equation. And it's A equals P times W. Remember, we already determined that we're going to be multiplying today. A is the part of the whole. And that's going to make sense in just a second. P, pretty simply, is the percent, and W is the whole, or the whole number. In this case, the whole number is 500. That was the original price. And in this case, the percent is 20%. So in order to find the part of the whole, or in other words, the discount, we need to multiply 20% by 500. But we're not going to multiply 20% in that original form. We're going to convert 20% to a decimal first, then use that decimal form to multiply by 500. So remembering back to our converting from percents to decimals lesson, we learned that 20% means 20 over 100, which is the same thing as 20 hundredths. And that written as a decimal is simply 20 hundredths. Another way of thinking about that, if you didn't want to go the fraction route, would be every time we have a percent, we just drop that percent sign. We have 20. We remember that a decimal always lives on that side of the 20, and we move it to the left twice. And now that is 20 hundredths, the decimal 20 hundredths. So I'm going to put a thought bubble around this because we're just remembering that from the lesson before. And we're going to go ahead and move on with this part of our problem. So we want to know what A is. A, which is going to be the part of the whole, or our discount, equals now the decimal version of 20%, which is 20 hundredths, times 500. So now we want to do that math on the side of our paper. So we're going to do 500 times 20 hundredths. And remember, when you're multiplying decimals, you don't have to line up the decimals. You can just line up the digits, and that's fine. So our first number that we're multiplying is 0. That's pretty easy. 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, and 0 times 5 is 0. Then we need to put a placeholder for the second digit. 2 times 0 now is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to stop there because I know this digit is just going to produce a whole row of zeros again, and I don't really need them. So I'm going to add, that's 0, 0, 0, 0, and 1. But now we need to count how many decimals are in my answer. And I meant to say how many places behind the decimal are in my answer. There's 2 place values behind the decimal in the problem. I count 1, 2, so there's going to be 2 in my answer. So I'm going to take that invisible decimal that lives here, move it over twice, put it right there. So now I can see that my answer A is 100. I don't need to keep that decimal 0, 0. So to answer this question, what is 20% of 500? Well, 20% of 500 equals 100. But that was just that part of the question. Our original question was, how much is Logan going to pay for his new suit? Well, I now know that he's getting $100 off because it's 20% off of 500. So I'm just going to take that original price, 500, subtract the new price, 100. Whoa! Logan only has to pay $400 for his new suit. That's pretty cool. Okay guys, this is how you do it. Remember, find your discount prices using the percent equation. Thanks for watching.